What's going on, y'all? First and foremost, don't go anywhere. I got a story I want to tell you, and I want to ask you a question to challenge your thinking. But before we get there, shout out to our sponsors. I found this dope black on black Batman shirt yesterday at a specific store, and I'm gonna go back today and get the Superman one because this one is fire, yo. Comment down below if you agree. Anyway, if you're here with me, let me know. DA, I'm here. If you're not, if you're on a replay, let me know. Hashtag replay squad. So, yesterday I was thinking about it, and I want to tell you one of the weirder stories about something that's happened to my wife and I in our time together, right? So to set it up, for the longest period of time, we had an emergency savings account, right? It was the one account that we wouldn't touch only for emergencies. Wink, wink, right? But something interesting happened last year. You know, we hadn't had emergencies, thankfully, for a while, and so the money had just been sitting there for months and months on months, right? There was no car had broken down or anything like that. Nobody had gotten hurt. We didn't need to put out for anything, you know? The emergency savings fund was right where it was. Until one day, we decided to put my oldest son into an online coding course, right? And so after some contemplation, my wife and I talking about it back and forth, we decided like, okay, we're gonna do it. And we're gonna take our emergency savings fund and, you know, pay for the course. So we paid for it on probably like a Thursday night. Friday morning, I get up to go to the store. Guess what happens? The card doesn't work. The heck we're gonna do now, right? It was so crazy because we had just paid for the course, wake up the next morning, the car won't start. And mind you, thankfully we have two cars, so we weren't totally, you know, up what they say, up the creek without a paddle. Wasn't the situation, but it was still like, dang, now we got to put the car in the shop, got to get it fixed, da 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 da. And it was at that moment, I forget where I heard somebody talk about it, but they said the reason you always have emergencies is because you're saving for it. You're waiting for it. It's not that you know things happen and you're just trying to be prepared. No, you are literally calling it to yourself by marking a specific account not to be used unless of an emergency. And so it was funky as I thought about that and I thought about the situation. I was like, you know, we used the money on this course, not an emergency. We wake up the next morning and all of a sudden it's like, crap, now we have to do this. One thing I don't believe in are coincidences. Don't believe in coincidences. So for that to shake out the way that it did, super weird to me. To this day, it's just one of the strangest things that's happened. And from that moment, like Aida and I, we were talking about it. I'm like, yo, we can still set that money aside, but we are not gonna call it an emergency savings account. Will not do it. And it's so crazy because I know a lot of people, you know, still have their emergency savings, and we expect these things to come about. Yes, cars need maintenance. Yes, you know, if you own a house, there are going to be unexpected repairs and things like that. Totally get it. I know things happen, but one thing I don't do anymore, I don't expect them to happen. And I think far too many of us are going through this life expecting to run into trouble. We expect to run into problems. We expect to have emergencies. Expecting it, I believe, is different from just knowing that it occurs. Like, I'm aware complexity is a part of life. I'm aware that challenge comes through life. I'm aware of that, but I don't expect it. Yesterday, I saw a post, and you may have seen it too, depending on if you're friends with the people who are part of this thread. Somebody had commented, somebody had wrote a status about getting some money and then their car breaking down. It's like, yo, it always happens like that, da 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 da. And then comment after comment was like, yep, it's just the way things are. That's life. Welcome to this stage, and da 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 da. And I read it and I'm like, huh. It wasn't so long ago that I used to think like that. Like, oh, this is just a part of life. This is the way things are. Here's where I want to challenge your thinking. What if life is showing up the way that you're expecting it to? And I know it sounds crazy, right? Like, what do you mean life is shown up the way you expect it to? Of course. No, listen. What if you are consciously and willfully, maybe not knowingly, calling to yourself every experience that you're experiencing simply due to your beliefs and expectations? Because one thing about life that I've discovered is that when you believe a certain way about things, life is going to conform to your belief, because you don't see things that you don't expect to see. Of course, you might run into something like, oh, that's unbelievable, or, oh, yeah, I may not have expected to see that. But at our core foundation, the way things shake out is that we live day to day doing things and experiencing things that are far within the bounds of our reality, our perceived reality. So again, what if life is only showing up the way it's showing up because that's how you believe life should show up, because that's what you expect to have happen? It can't be possible that every day can be fun and easy. It can't be possible that life can be smooth and that we don't experience problems and stress. It can't be, because that's not how life is. Or could it be that that's not how your life is? Because again, we're heavily running off of perception here. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, right? In conclusion, what we go through in life is only created by our perception of it. Every event that happens within time and space, neutral. We apply the meaning to it. So when something happens, we're deciding whether or not that's good or bad. Something can happen to one person, the same thing can happen to another person, and those two individuals can have completely different experiences of the same event, simply because of their mindset and their perception. So where can you see in your life where the beliefs and the expectations that you're holding on to, because that's the way things are, where are you seeing that it could possibly be limiting you? I don't know. I mean, if you want things to change in life, well, maybe expect something different. Maybe do something different, believe something different, and see how things change. I mean, I can't say it's going to happen for you, because ultimately what you believe, your subconscious looks for, and you create almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's like this never-ending vicious cycle. There it is. That's what I wanted to say. It's just this endless loop of belief, action, response, and belief confirmation. So we're constantly going in this circle, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the way things are. But no, I'm here with this video just to interrupt that cycle, just to get you to stop, pause, and think. Say, hey, is that real? Yes, it's real. Is it true? Yes. And can it be different? I believe so. So I got some comments. Retidia, what's going on? You got an email about it? Yet we have to realize our focus has been tamed by the fact that we aren't emotionally connected to it. Ooh, that's heavy. Yes. Yeah, there's something I want to say about it. Not getting it right now. We have to realize that our focus has been tamed by the fact that we aren't emotionally connected to it. Yes. Being in touch with our bodies. Yes. Yes, because our bodies know, right? Our bodies know more than what we do up here, simply. Connected to our intuitive inner knowing, like that deep inner knowing, like, yeah. That ultimate higher consciousness, yes. The more we can get in tune and connected with what's happening inside, the better decisions we'll make. And we'll be able to better root out the beliefs and expectations that aren't serving us and that are actually harming us. Yeah, Charlie, you made it. What's good, fam? So I'm gonna wrap this one up. Nice and neat, put a bow on it. Again, I'm just here simply to try to interrupt this loop cycle that we're all living in, right? What if life would be different if we expected different from life? That's it. Because ultimately, and I read this in a book somewhere, I don't know where it is right now, but the author said that life essentially asks everyone the same riddle. how do I look? And everybody says, oh, you're tough, you're unfair, you're unrighteous. Some say, oh, life is beautiful, life is generous, life is freeing. He goes on to say that every answer to that riddle is right. I don't know how it works. I don't know. I can't explain it all. But from my experience, from the experience of others who have seen the same thing, right? That's what it is. That life is asking you, how does it look? And it's not taking the answer from you. What it's doing is reflecting your answer back to yourself. And that will take us into another conversation for another time. But let me know what you think down in the comments below and all that other good stuff. Like this video, share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel here on Facebook. I practiced it for my YouTube debut. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And I think you can even get notifications here on Facebook whenever I go live. So, Charlie, I think you do that. That's definitely been on your mindset lately. For real, man. Hey, you got my number, fam. Let's chop it up. Until the next time, I love y'all.